Hello, hello! The first half of Season 2 of Wednesday has dropped, and I'll be having a look at each episode one at a time, without spoilers for the remaining episodes. Let's have a look at Episode 3. Wednesday goes camping! Well, the whole of Nevermore and the Adamses go camping. There was some excitement in the episode, but also several bits that felt a bit like padding. We have made some progress in the main mystery of the show, the birds. There's only 3 people in attendance at the old sheriff's funeral: the Karen Sheriff, Wednesday, and the good Dr. Fairburn. This is becoming more interesting by the minute. Wednesday reluctantly asks Stalker Agnes for help with the sheriff's phone, and Agnes hands her some more materials she stole from Galpin's house. With that info, it takes 5 minutes for Wednesday to independently find what Stalker Agnes already knew. I guess our detecting heroine has to detect. She finds that she needs to go to a cabin house called the Bullpen, which is conveniently located near the camping site that the school is going to be over the weekend. Is that maybe a bit too convenient? Isadora Capri has a throwaway line about who would schedule a getaway weekend in the woods during a full moon given the werewolf student population, which for the moment I'm treating as lampshading or a joke on George's ineptitude rather than something sinister. Anyway, in the cabin house, Wednesday finds a board with cut-out newspaper articles behind a mirror, where Galpin and Bradbury have collated outcast obituaries. They were all Willow Hill patients, and the name Lois is written on top of the board. Is Lois an outcast killer? Or is she an outcast avenger? Before they leave Camp Jericho, Wednesday gets a glimpse of a hooded figure who is presumably the avian outcast we're looking for. Interesting juxtaposition, huh? Morticia and Wednesday are still at loggerheads over Goody's book, which Wednesday thinks he needs to restart her psychic abilities, and which Morticia is still hiding away, so that Wednesday doesn't get consumed by the same madness that presumably impacted her mysterious sister Ophelia. Morticia wins the sword fight between them that would determine the fate of the book, and has said that she'd burn it, but I bet she won't. Come on. The zombie story gets resolved. At least, the zombie is captured and is no longer eating brains. It does give us a few moments of hilarity, with Eugene and Pugsley debating whether he was trying to say bra or brains, or when the boys are trying to hide the fact that they have a zombie in their tent from Gomez, and a moment of seriousness when Wednesday, having been defeated by a superior swordswoman, at least saves her mom for being brained, and a moment of homage, when clearly the zombie attack on the showering Gomez is modeled after The Shining. At this point, I feel there are no horror-adjacent shows or films that haven't paid an homage to The Shining. Here's zombie! I'm truly sorry, I will never try to be funny again. The Morning Song storyline from Season 1 is back. Morning Song is the cult fronted by the partner of Bianca's mum, who used her and Bianca's siren song to attract disciples. It seems that Bianca has managed to extract her mum from the claws of the cult, which is raided by the FBI, but Gideon, great name for a cult leader, is still at large. I bet he will visit Vermont before the end of the season. The Outcast vs Normie Capture the Egg is a fun diversion. I have to question several of the Outcast strategic decisions, like not enlisting the literal invisible person, and leaving the 2 dumbest people of the group to guard the egg together. But these are 16-year-olds, I guess, and we needed some Wednesday heroics to save the day, with some invisible help, so it's okay. Ultimately though, the whole thing doesn't forward the storylines very much. I guess it builds team spirit and provides a fresh brain for Slurp. It's not enough in my book. For example, last season, the Pole Cup boating race served several purposes, bringing Wednesday and Enid together, building onto the Bianca-Wednesday rivalry, and propelling the story by introducing the Crackstone Crypt and having Wednesday vibe on it. At the end of the episode, we get a mini twist, when we're expecting to see the zombie arrive at Willow Hill. But it's actually Laura Gates! She's back, everyone! I think it was a fairly well-kept secret that Christina Ricci would feature so much in Season 2. She didn't feature at all in the trailers and other promotional materials. Cool stuff. This was a very stuffed episode. I did think several scenes felt padded, like the dancing scene at the beginning, or the sword fight, or even the drill sergeant bits. But hey, they all looked good and they were entertaining to watch. 1 episode left for the first half of the season. Bring it on. I'll leave you with some random tangents. Wednesday likens Enid to Sylvia Plath as she freaks out about her missing bikini top. It's a bit of an overstatement, and Sylvia Plath was a clinically depressed poet who eventually committed suicide. There seems to be a professor or other adult called Tudor Pole in Nevermore. That must be a reference to Wellesley Tudor Pole, spiritualist and alleged psychic of early 20th century. The normie drill sergeant that gets his brain eaten by Slurp is called Kruger, surely named after Freddy? Tagging along with the children for camping is a serious parenting faux pas for the Adamses. They really are clueless. but what a wonderful tent! Billie Piper and Catherine Zeta-Jones sing around the campfire for the students. Billie Piper started her career as a pop singer, and Zeta-Jones previously used her pipes in the smash hit musical Chicago. The students are in good hands. We see more chess imagery for the thing. He knocks out a nice chess piece on that chess set in the cabin. Enid finally breaks up with Ajax, unknowingly in front of the hidden boy soldiers who sympathize with him. I'm thinking they'll get back together at the end of the season. We're running out of new characters that could be villains, and Bruno could serve that function if nothing else. Wednesday is dropping the ball with watching over her little brother, so much so that stalker Agnes has to step in and pick up the slack. The Adamses get Thing an expensive massage as an apology for forgetting his birthday, and he naughtily gets handsy with the masseuse. I apologize deeply, I said I wouldn't make jokes again, and here I am doing it again. The instrumental at the end of the episode is a version of R.E.M's Losing My Religion. The show continues with stellar music, much like that instrumental Painted Black they gave us in season 1. During the chemical warfare scene, the Ride of the Valkyries is playing, surely recalling the iconic scene with the same soundtrack from Apocalypse Now. And is Barry Dort merely an incompetent fool trying to enrich himself rather than a villain? And that's it from me today. If you enjoyed this, please consider leaving a like or subscribing. As always, thanks for watching.